Since we're on the conservative Christian beat right now, over at BuzzFeed, they have dug up email correspondence and text message correspondence of internal back and forth between the members of a strategy group for media, which is a Christian conservative political firm. They're apparently embroiled in a lot of lawsuits going back and forth between the management and the employees. And it is really just an incredible shite show. This is a Columbus, Ohio-based strategy group. It's called Strategy Group for Media. They have represented all sorts of Tea Party people: Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, Michele Bachmann, Newt Gingrich. And it was founded by this guy, Rex Alsace, I think is his name. And apparently, the employees were worried that Alsace had been led astray by the devil. And
happens.
It happens. It happens almost daily in this office. And so the managers, 7 of the firm's managers, staged a religious intervention. They got in there and they made their demands in a meeting, which ended with them laying hands on their boss and praying for his soul. And apparently it didn't work because Alsace, he fired 3 of them, including one of his longtime proteges. And in the build-up to this, they were texting back and forth with each other. "At least you have baby bird wings that can fly away if Rex goes nuts," one of them texted. "It might be like a Game of Thrones, all our heads on spikes, and then a celebration." Another one texted, "I just personally don't think it's safe to be in an empty building with him waiting for us. Call me crazy." And then another manager attempted to calm them by saying, "Men, don't be anxiety-filled. Pray about it. But the group confrontation is biblical and what must be done. We know where he'll meet with him there in love, and the reaction is in his hands." And they wanted to meet with him to set the tone in a loving way because they had to do all possible to convey genuine love, which is very sweet. But then he fired him. And apparently what they wanted, they had 2 lists: personal action items and business action items. On the personal action item was, number 1, renew weekly sessions with your therapist, Dr. Weiss, and question whether he's the right fit considering he was on a medicine regimen that was working, but because it didn't allow him to cry enough, he took himself off, apparently, alas. Number 2, find a Christian counselor. Number 3, get a new and updated psychological evaluation. These are his employees, incidentally, going into the room with him. Number 4, find a new home church. He needs to find and begin attending a new home church. Number 5, holding him to family time accountability. Apparently, Alsace was not spending enough time with the family. Being home, finding time to be with family, this has to become a major part of his renewal. Again, his wife is going to have to be instrumental in letting us know if he's keeping up his promise. In other words, the wife is going to spy on the husband to the employees. Because, they must be, this must be, you belong to a church group. This is what happens, I guess. Business actions. Rex has got to get out of the PAC business. He's got to, this has to remain confidential. There has to be weekly accountability and prayer time with the people in the room so that they can keep tabs on him. No unilateral decision-making on personnel hires or fires or major financial decisions. This is saying this to their boss. And so he fired 3 of them. And apparently, it goes on that at one point, Elastus wrote to several employees reiterating his request for daily update memos from the employees. And he added at the end of this memo telling them, Papa wants to know that his boys and girl will share their heart and mind with him for a literal moment each day from, in caps, everyone of
That's
you.
where you got that line from.
What's that? Yes,
In your emails to us.
That is where I got that memo I sent out last week in this office. And then he got pissed because nobody was paying attention to it. And he was just like, to disregard the simple request is disrespect, which I will not tolerate. And then apparently there was an email thread that suggested this, and BuzzFeed got sourced this from another person. Apparently, Elastus wanted to send to Michele Bachmann some type of neck massage thing to get her to relax, I guess. But one person familiar with the story told BuzzFeed that Elastus had intended to give him a vibrating head massager to deal with her migraines, apparently, but that the employee sent out to buy the gift accidentally purchased something that more closely resembled a sex toy. And they sent it to her office. When they realized what had happened, they actually, the firm got the gift from her office before she opened it.
It sounds like a sitcom.
Right. I think they call that. Now, if they stop the gift from getting it to her, that's faux coitus interruptus, I think is what the term is for that. And so, ultimately, what happened was these guys got into a big suit because they were supposed to have signed non-disclosure forms and non-compete forms. And one of the guys wrote to these other guys who quit, "We are no longer working for an evil, narcissistic, perhaps mentally ill man. We are free in Christ. And I don't know about you guys, but God has dealt with me in some major ways. I love both you guys, and I know God is going to work for all of this for good. Not because I see some great resolution coming, but because his word says so." And then meanwhile, there was another suit by one of the employees who wants to go work for his father's political firm. And he's claiming that Elastus is not only preventing him wrongly from working for this other firm, but he's holding personal items of his hostage in the office, including a computer and a harpoon. So I just want to say, for the love of Christ, people, work this out, please.